Hey, what's up? What's up? We're back. It's been a hot sec. We're back. We're gonna do a new Pokemon, a new move set, a new competitive usage. This one's gonna be Galarian Ponyta. So for all you Pokemon fans and potential bronies based off of the SEO value of this video, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna run some comp with this man. Okay, let's start with Galarian Rapidash's type effectiveness. So, in this chart, you're going to see Rapidash and then Galarian Rapidash. You can see that I think Rapidash is actually the better typing. You definitely have a lot more that's just like damage normally by, but you got weak to Poison, Ghost, and Steel, which I think are going to be some pretty prominent types in the meta, especially things like Excadrill and Toxapex and Pokemon like that tend to be in the meta. We are resistant to fighting 4 times, which is pretty big, and then Psychic. So if you're looking for a counter to any fighting or Psychic Pokemon, then this might be the mon for you. Alright, so taking a look at the moves leveled up, I don't love too many of these. He is going to be more of a physical attacker. And speaking of physical attacker, I forgot to share the stats. We'll go back to the moves in a second. Bit of out of order video, but we got HP, not very good. Attack, really solid. Defense, average. Special attack and special defense, average. And then speed, actually pretty good. So for the most part, I'd recommend going with attack. You can run different special attacking sets because of the move pool. And the speed is pretty solid as well. I think it's going to outspeed a lot of mons, and if you throw in something like a Choice Scarf or even just like max out all the speed EVs then or IVs, then it might roll. Okay, so back to the moves. We're going to look a lot at the physical moves, right? You don't see too many. Most of them are early on, the ones that he learns, but you do have things like Stomp, Takedown. I wouldn't really use any of those, no stab on that. Psycho Cut, that's alright. Personally, I'd take a few other moves over that. And looking at a few of those other moves, right? Psycho Cut is 100% hit rate, but I'd rather use Zen Headbutt, that's 90%. It's not as reliable, but I dig it. There's things like Iron Tail, which is pretty huge, that could be pretty flexible. You got Body Slam. Again, I don't really use too many normal attacks for Galarian Rapidash, or I haven't been. Maybe I would have success with them if I did. You have Wild Charge, which is nice, but then you have Drill Run, which is really good against some of those Pokemon, like the Poison or Steel Pokemon that are going to be super effective against you. So I like to take moves like that. I'd actually rather have high horsepower than Drill Run, but that's my personal preference. Again, it's up to you and how risky you want to play, but you're not really taking too big of a risk for high horsepower. Things like Swords Dance is pretty cool. It learns Trick Room, Bounce, which is a physical move. Some of the special moves are like Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, stuff like that. Other than that, I don't see too much. Ally Switch is kind of neat. I didn't use it in any of my movesets. Calm Mind, just like Swords Dance. You know how those work. So the breeding moves, nothing that really stands out to me. Hypnosis is kind of cool. Other than that, I'm not really interested in these. Alright, so let's run it. Let's get into the teams. Let's get into the fun part. So what I cooked up for you today is I got a physical, I got a special, and I got a meme Galarian Ponyta set. So it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Starting off for Galarian Ponyta, physical, I obviously threw on attack and then a speed for the natures that I want. Or, excuse me, not the natures, the stats. The nature is going to be adamant. Personally, like looking back on this, I made this a couple of days ago, I'd probably opt to go Jolly over that, just because I know there's a lot of Pokemon in the meta that are sitting around 100, 105 speed stats. So I think Jolly would just give you that little boost to outspeed them. And then we're already getting plenty of attack power from the Choice Band. And I really do like Choice Band on Rapidash because it doesn't have too much utility other than just putting out a lot of damage. I do like Play Rough, Zen Headbutt. These two are going to be like the stab moves we use for it. Fairy, Psychic, I think those are the staples. There are substitutes you can use for those, but personally that's what I like. We talked about some of those previously, like Psycho Cut. Wild Charge I really like just as a genuinely like, oh, this does a lot of damage. It does have some recoil, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. High Horsepower, again, I really like it just for the ground typing on it. You can catch a lot of people off guard, especially if they're switching in, expecting to like eat a Play Rough as like a Ferrothorn or something. And then for all of these movesets, I just put on Pastel Veil. You know what I'm saying, Pastel Veil. I think it's just the only ability that's okay. It protects Pokemon and its ally from being poisoned. That could be solid in doubles, right? Your ally isn't going to be poisoned either. But the thing is, no one really uses poison that much in the meta. I guess if you get hit with a fat sludge bomb or something, but I don't know if I'm living that with Galarian Rapidash. I keep trying to say Ponyta. Alright, let's eat it over to the special. So we got Life Orb on this boy. I don't want to get locked in because his special attack is 80, which is solid. We did max that along with speed. And here I had the same wave link, the same thought as before, and I'm going to go Timid Nature. And pretty much I'm just trying to get that speed up. Just trying to outspeed, win those speed ties. Yeah, so the moves we put on this man. We got Dazzling Gleam and Psychic. These are going to be our two stab moves. That's going to be our bread and butter, how we do our damage, right? Then we got Calm Mind, which I think is going to be really nice to set up with. Personally, its defense isn't that bad. It's not great, but this could help it. If you switch Galarian Rapidash into a really good matchup, then you could set up a Calm Mind or two, especially in doubles. My only issue with this is because the HP isn't the most, the defense isn't the best, and the special defense isn't the best. I could see Galarian Rapidash getting one shot by a lot of neutral moves, and it is neutrally effective against a lot of things. So it might not have time to Calm Mind, but if you set up correctly, I think you can get one or two off and then maybe sweep. Protect, I think, is really nice, but I really don't recommend using the special set. I really like the physical one. It's everything I've done in Showdown. Every time I put this man on a team, the special one does terribly. But I think it's worth mentioning. But let's jump over to the meme. Let's jump over to the meme. I really like this one. So I max this one out at HP and attack, right? You could actually divide this between defense and special defense if you want, but I'd max out attack no matter what, and then put your defensive IVs into whatever you want. And since this is going to be like a Trick Room set, you're not going to want to put anything on speed. It's actually going to hurt you if you throw all of your stats into your speed ability. And then the nature I went would be Brave, just going to get that attack up, speed down. I want to be slower since we're planning out to be a Trick Room Rapidash. So Trick Room, obviously what this is going to do is all the slower Pokemon are going to attack first, right? And you're like, well, Galarian Rapidash actually has a pretty solid speed stat, so why are you going to use this on this man? Well, that's why I put Room Service on this man. I was looking at items, and other than like the bands and life orbs and things like that, I couldn't really think of a good item to put on this guy. So I had the thought like, if he does learn Trick Room, let's go Room Service. And what Room Service does is the holder's speed is lowered one stage when Trick Room's used. So he's gonna get priority between having the low speed stats and the like speed hurting nature, Brave, and then between the item, I think we're gonna go first a lot of the time. Obviously, there's still gonna be those like 30 speed Pokemon that are going to beat us in the Trick Room, but I think it can really catch people off guard because personally, I wouldn't see a Trick Room Rapidash coming at all. And if you have a team that you can build around it, like Ferrothorn, Toxapex, some of those slower mods, I think it could be really viable. This is like a meme team, but I actually really like Trick Room Rapidash. I went with Play Rough. That's going to be the only source of damage in the set. If you wanted to switch Baton Pass out for a Psychic physical move, then I think that's fine. But personally, I really like Play Rough. I picked Swords Dance because I'm trying to set up. We're going to be faster. And I did put more EVs into the HP, so hopefully I can live a hit or two. And then finally, Baton Pass, right? So, assuming I either get a few Swords Dances off, or I want other Pokemon on my team to have the -1 speed drop from room service, then I would definitely Baton Pass off to another Mon. I think it's just like a really versatile move. You could switch out Swords Dance or Baton Pass for a Psychic move, I think, a physical Psychic move, and just keep one of the two. I think that would be the safer bet. But I really like this. I really like how it turned out. I was pretty proud of this meme, not gonna lie. Alright. Hopefully that was helpful. I had fun making it. Physical and special, really straightforward moves. That's really straightforward. I don't think you can get too creative with those. With the Trick Room Rapidash, I really like that one. That one's really fun. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, go watch some other videos on my channel. It's a good time. Follow, subscribe. I have a Twitch channel too. I'm going to start streaming soon. Follow me there. And other than that, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. It's been Clark Knight, and I'm peacing out.
Count what you have now. Don't count what you don't have.